Mastermind. We have a dear friend of mine on the call. He's been on with us the last several weeks. Denny Andrews. We've been covering Zoho, a CRM system, a free CRM system that has so many different things. It's so hard to cover the whole complete, and we're just going to cover on a couple bases today. But it's an amazing CRM system once you have it in place, and some people have already taken action and implemented this into their system. Denny's going to cover, and I'll let you share what you're going to cover, but some really cool advanced systems, like advanced settings with Zoho today. So, Denny, how you doing, man?
Good, buddy. Good, thanks.
Good.
Yeah, so we've covered some basics in Zoho in the past, and as Scott mentioned, you can hire people to set this up for you. The thing is, once it's set up, then, it's as easy to use as your email program. It's really a simple program to use, and you'll see that. Setting it up can be a little bit intense, and that's why we're doing these classes to show you how to do that. But as Scott said, if you can spend some money and get somebody to set this up for you the way you want it, especially after seeing these programs and knowing what it can do. Seeing these trainings and understanding, oh, okay, Zoho can do this, it can do this, it can do this. When you talk to a programmer, you'll be able to speak their language and say, okay, I know a little bit about Zoho, this is what I want it to do, these are the letters I want in it, that kind of thing, and really be able to tell him what you want done, which will save you money in the long haul because he's going to be able to do exactly what you need done and not work on a bunch of stuff that you don't need.
Absolutely.
So this is part of a training. Oh, real quick also, if you want to look for a programmer, there's a couple of great sites, elance.com and guru.com. Both of those sites have hundreds of thousands of contract professionals on there that do everything from graphic design to programming to you name it. Telemarketing, you can find people to do anything you want done on those sites, and you just go and post what you want done, and you'll get a bunch of people bidding on it. So,
Denny, really quick, just so you know, the gentleman that I talked to last night, Elro, he actually hired somebody directly from Zoho, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure they have people you can hire too.
Yeah, he said it was right around $100 an hour. So, and you can get, you get a lot for. As you can see, we cover only two small pieces, a couple small pieces of Zoho, but they go right to the core. They help you exactly what you want to help with, and they kind of take it from there. So, just want to let everybody know that is an option as well.
Yeah, because quite frankly, even with all the experience I have with it, they could probably get done what would take me 4 hours in an hour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because those guys really know it. So this is actually part of a long-term training that we've been doing where we started with branding and then we moved to contact management, and this is really where we still are, is in contacts and data management. And in contacts management, we talked about how the difference is with your contacts is really establishing and building that relationship. Well, to do that, there's no better tool that you can have than a CRM or a customer relationship manager. And it's amazing how many business people, they're difficult to get set up, and but once they're set up, they're fantastic and they triple your time. But it's amazing how many people don't actually use these. So we decided it might be a good idea to expose you to one, which we're using Zoho because it has a free version, and also because it's even their top version is very, very inexpensive, and it's cloud-based, which is great because you can use it across all your devices. But so many people, you can use Act, there's all kinds of CRMs out there, Salesforce.com, there's a lot of them. This is not just to teach you about Zoho, but also to show you what a CRM can do and how it would help you in your business. So in data management, what we covered how to export your contacts, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google Contacts, your Outlook. And then once you've exported all those to a file, you've backed them all up. Now you have all your contacts, and now your database just went from 300 or 400 to 2,000. Then how do you actually manage those 2,000 contacts and work with them and create relationships with those people? And that's where the CRM comes in. Now, when you go to Zoho.com, this is going to pop up here, and you're going to see they've got 6 million users. As you scroll down,
your screen actually froze, Denny. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay, good.
Okay, yeah, let me know when that happens so
okay.
I can wait for it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is Zoho.com when you go there. Zoho has a lot more than just a CRM. There's tons and tons of programs. So when you go to Zoho.com, you're going to scroll down, And these are all the business applications, productivity, and then collaboration. Well, here's the CRM right here under business applications. So you click on CRM, and it's going to take you to the Zoho CRM. We covered all this in the training that we did a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Now, this is up in the upper right corner of your Zoho dashboard. This is where you're going to come and do most of everything that we're going to learn today, and it's this setup button right here. And just learning where these buttons are will help you a lot. So when you come to your dashboard in Zoho,
hey,
in the
Denny.
CRM,
Yeah, we got it's a little bit of delay there.
We're having quite a bit. It's frozen on my screen right now, and I'm not sure if others are seeing what I'm seeing. It's kind of pixelated on my screen as if it were kind of stuck in between a couple of slides.
Yeah.
Huh. Let me.
There we go. So it's like a 30-second delay.
Yeah, whatever that refresh you just did was, we're now seeing the more than 6 million users work online with Zoho slide.
Okay.
You got anything running that's slowing you down, or?
Yeah, I just closed down anything that was. Okay, so what?
Hey, there we go. That was quick.
6 million users?
It actually went to the next slide. It's in the cloud. It says calibration applications, business applications, productivity applications, upgrade, setup, help, Denny.Andrews.
Okay, good. So okay, so you're on the box right now that shows upgrade, setup, help?
Correct.
Okay, so this is going to show you which account you're in if you have more than one Zoho account, which is this is the Denny.Andrews for me. Your help, and then you've got your setup and your upgrade. And these are the setup and upgrade are where you're going to spend most of your time, and this is what we're going to cover today. Now, did it go to the next slide?
Not yet. Oh, it's a little bit of a delay there.
Jeez, I guess.
Quite a bit. It didn't actually break up that time. Usually it goes to go, and then it doesn't. Yeah, it's a long delay there. You want to try? You want to try my screen? See if it's any better. You want to try that, Denny? Did we lose you? Hello? Hello? Denny, there, buddy?
I think Denny might have. Checked out and is going to check back in with us to try and get that lag. Looks, there he comes back. Are you back with us, Denny?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What are you seeing now?
I'm seeing the box upgrade, setup, help, Denny.Andrews.
Okay. All right. So as I said, this is the setup and the upgrade are the buttons that we're going to cover today. Hopefully.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So
there we
now
go. Perfect.
It flipped.
Yep.
Okay, so when you click setup, this is where it takes you, and this is where all your setup links are. Now, you don't need to learn all this stuff. There's just a couple of main ones. These are the personal settings we covered last week or the week before. You want to go and get all your personal info set up, how to integrate it into your website using the web to lead form, how to customize all the fields, links. We covered that. So now we're going to talk about the add-ons and the templates. Once you get your personal settings and you have your fields customized, and you want to do that first because the fields that you set up, you can set up 130 custom fields. Once you set those up, then you're going to use those fields in the apps and add-ons and in the templates. So you want to get this stuff set up that we covered last week first. Then you want to go here. This is another thing. If you're hiring someone to do this, making sure that you have all the fields that you want, all the custom fields done up front makes a big difference to this programmer, because if you change a field down the road, he has to go back and redo all the templates, all the add-ons and everything. So it's going to end up costing you a lot more money by not having everything organized. So if you haven't seen the training that we did a couple weeks ago, go back and watch that one. And this one definitely builds on that. So when you click on personal settings, it's going to bring you to this page here. Okay, now from this page, you actually have all the setup right here that you need. It's all the same as the previous page: users, permissions, organization, customization, automation, templates, website integration, apps. All that is available from right here. So you don't have to go here to these boxes all the time. You can just go right here to personal settings, and all the information is right here. Now, we talked about this last week. When you go to contacts, you can see here, these are all views within contacts. So if you want to set up custom views in contacts, you can go here, and these are user-created views. Like I have email newsletter. When I click on that, it pulls up all the people in Zoho that I send a newsletter to. Fannie email. Those are people that have Fannie Mae loans that I've sent an email to. Has email. I have some people that don't have email addresses. So this just pulls up people with email. The people that don't, I know I need to call and get their email addresses, and those are obviously contacts from quite a while ago. Web download leads. These are people that have gone to my website, put in their info, and then become a lead in Zoho through the website. So you can set up all kinds of, they have views in here already set up, and then you can set up all the views you want. Now, what you're going to do is we're going to talk about setting up email in Zoho, and this is where, I mean, Zoho's great for maintaining your customers, keeping notes, storing documents, you know, being able to sort by all the different custom fields that you make. All of those are free. You can do all that stuff in the free version. Now we're going to integrate email in it, and this email makes Zoho really, really powerful. So as we're integrating email, I'm going to show you how to use it, but email costs $5 a month to have email in Zoho. So you're going to need to upgrade to the $5 a month in email in Zoho. So what you do is you go back up here where the buttons are, and you click up the upgrade button. When you click that, right here, this button right here, it's going to bring you to this page where it shows you can upgrade to the enterprise for $25 a month, which would be only if you had a huge company. Professional edition, which eventually you'll probably want to do. This is as much as you'll ever need, and $12 a month is what it costs, so that's great. And then you have the free already. So from here, you can't really downgrade from the free, but when you click manage, what it's going to do is it's going to take you to another page here. It shows you the different versions, everything that you have that comes with it, okay? And you can see the free version, they give you almost everything. I mean, you don't get inventory management, which is something that we really don't need. And you can continue down and, you know, I mean, you get a ton of stuff with the free edition, but as we add email to it, you're going to go here, and then you're going to click upgrade, and then over here it says number of Zoho Mail add-on users to add, and you just click this to go up to 1. Then when you go down here to check out, right here, I've already got it, so I didn't do it, but when you go down here, it's going to say total $5, and then you click checkout, and if you want, you can get extra storage space. You won't need it for a long time. They give you plenty of storage space. So you click checkout, and then it's going to start charging you $5 a month. But now you're actually going to have a Zoho email address, and you're going to have email built into Zoho. So once you have that, we'll be able to go and set up email templates, and you'll be able to use these templates with all of your clients and all your contacts that you have in Zoho. So first, we need to get your email set up. So you go back, you're back at your home screen here, back at your desktop, and you go over here to setup. Okay, so you already did the upgrade. You just upgraded to $5 a month. You've got email now. Now you're going to go and set it up. So you click setup, and this stuff that I'm showing you, it probably seems pretty simple, but some of this stuff took me forever to figure out. So I'm going to, you mean these tips that I'm giving you, a lot of them, it seems like, oh, well, that seems obvious, but for some reason, when I was trying to get this stuff set up, it wasn't anywhere near as obvious as I would have liked.
So just so everybody knows, I mean, like, so the way I would think about this, what he's going to cover right now is the template. So think about when you send an email and you send the same, it seems like you're sending the same thing over and over and over again, or you would like to customize or make it more repetitive. Like, so say I want to send the same thing to a new buyer. I want to send an email to a new seller. I want to send an update to a new buyer or a new seller. I want to, that type of thing. This is where you can set these templates up so it pretty much says the same thing, but it's still personalized, like where he's going to show you right now.
Right, exactly. Yeah, basically any email that you send more than once,
right,
you want to be able to you want to have something set up in here. And even for emails that you're only going to set up once, I'll show you a template that you can set up to where it automatically puts in their email, says hello, first name. I mean, it fills in your entire email, so all you have to do is type in the body and click send.
Yeah.
So getting your email set up, you go here to apps and add-ons, and then to start with, you can see here Google Apps. Now, we've covered Gmail in other trainings over and over again because it's free and it's a really powerful email system, and they give a bunch of free tools that go with it. So when you go to apps and add-ons, if you click on Google Apps right here, you can set that up, and it's pretty simple. All you do is you click on Google Apps, and you can see here we're in the same setup field that it always comes to, but we're down here at apps and add-ons. On Google Apps, you can click Contacts and configure sync settings. When you do that, it'll bring this up. Gadgets.zoho.com is requesting access to your Google account, and you can actually set this up so this will sync with your Google Contacts. And you can set it so it will sync one way, so Zoho CRM will sync all your contacts to Google, or Google, all your Google contacts will just come into Zoho, or you can sync both ways, where they'll constantly sync with each other and both will stay up to date.
Do you have a preference or a pro or con on that, or which way would be best for most if you were to pick one?
Well, it depends. I mean, if you only use your Gmail to send email,
yeah,
then I would just sync one way. Just sync from Gmail
Google to Zoho.
from Google to Zoho, because there's no reason to dump all your Zoho contacts into Google if you're not using it.
Okay.
But if you're actively using Gmail a lot, then yeah, you may as well sync both ways, so you have all of your Zoho contacts right in Google. And Google's cloud-based, just like Zoho is. So if you have your iPhone set up or your Droid to access your Google contacts, well, now you can access all your Zoho contacts from there too.
So I just want to make sure what he just said there. So if you're using, like, if instead of going to Zoho, enter in a lead, enter in the contact name, address, phone number, all that stuff, all the notes, and then having to go back to Google to do it again, what he's saying is if you sync between Zoho CRM and Google two-way, it's 100% of the time going to be updated. So I personally would recommend that one, even if you're only using Gmail for emails, you still will only have one database that's synced both ways.
Yeah, not to mention then you have your data synced at two different cloud locations.
Correct. Which is safety. Yes.
Yeah, which is a natural backup for you.
Yes.
And and then you can also export from both of those systems too. So down here you can click your contacts, which views you want to see them in which, if you have groups set up in Google, where you want to see those, and then how often you want it to sync. So if you only want it to sync once a week, you can do that. You can sync every day. And then down here it has your Zoho fields, and then it's got your Google contact fields. And you want to match these up so that the contact name is going to be the name in Zoho. Their title will be the title. The company will be the company. Email, work email. So you can set these all up so you're telling it which data you want to sync between Google and between Zoho. So it's not difficult to set up, and you just click the apps, and then you can go back here and click your calendar, and then here I've got sync between Zoho CRM and Google two-way every 6 hours. And so now every time I book something in my Google Calendar or in my Zoho calendar, it's going to sync both ways. And I've got my Google Calendar set up to give me alerts. Like an hour before an appointment, it emails me. It sends me a text 30 minutes before. So now every appointment I book in Zoho is going to get synced to Google, and then I'm going to get reminders for that stuff on all my different devices. Okay, so then we're still in the same spot, setup, and we're down here at apps and add-ons. If you go over here to other apps, if you use Microsoft Outlook, there's a plugin for that. There's Phone Bridge, which if you have a PBX, which most people don't have anymore, but it'll actually connect to your PBX and time your calls with all your contacts. There's a mobile edition. The mobile edition you won't actually need if you sync to Google. And also, you can access Zoho through a web browser on your phone or on your iPad. So the mobile edition is like an extra $5 a month or $4 a month or something. You don't actually have to pay for that. You can access it a couple of different ways. There's a plugin for Microsoft Office, which allows you to merge Office docs for your contacts and accounts and leads. And then there's also a CRM for QuickBooks. So if you use QuickBooks for your business, you can sync Zoho to it, and it'll track all your sales, accounts, and all that kind of stuff.
I got to tell you, man, the Zoho on mobile, it seems to be really, really fast.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, it's
I mean,
quick.
it's super
And
quick.
also,
I think it's faster than Gmail.
the other thing that's nice about the Zoho Mobile is when you use Zoho Mobile to make a phone call, so you can open up Zoho Mobile on your iPhone or your Droid, call somebody through Zoho. When you do that, it'll automatically time the call, and then it'll store that phone call in your client's record. So if you're using Zoho all the time and you're tracking your calls and your emails and your notes and documents and everything for all your customers, if you call them through Zoho on your phone, you'll be able to look at your client's record and know exactly how many minutes you've spoken to them throughout a transaction.
Right.
I mean, it really will give you perfect information about how much time you're spending and what you're doing for all your different clients.
Well, not only that, I mean, it'll tell you that, I mean, it'll remind you, like, oh, I called them already.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Like if you haven't called them in 2 weeks, it's going to say, it shows the date, so it lets you know. If you have somebody working for you that's contacting all your past clients, or once every 3 months, you can see what those dates are when they called, if they call through Zoho.
And you can see how long they spoke. So if it's
Correct.
a 10-second call, you know they probably just left a voicemail.
Correct. Good point.
Okay, so then when we go back over here to Zoho Apps, we're going to set up mail. Right now, all these come with Zoho. You know, you can build customs apps. You've got Zoho Writer, which is the equivalent to Word. Zoho Projects, which is a project manager. If you have, a big project that you're doing for your business, you can actually manage it right here in Zoho Projects. Who's doing how far along you are on all the different steps, that kind of stuff. So we're going to set up mail. So you go here, click on Zoho Mail, and then it's going to bring you to this box right here. So here, under Zoho App, Zoho Mail Add-On is where we are, and you want to do a private account. I mean, if you have an assistant that checks your email for you, then you want to do a record level sharing account, and what that means is then your assistant will be able to access all your email. If you don't want anyone to access your email, only you want to, then you want to set it here as a private. Then you just go up here and you click Add Mail Account. Okay? So now remember, you've already gone and upgraded and paid the $5. If you haven't done that, this is going to confuse you.
Right.
So you need to go pay the $5, then come here and go Add Mail Account. You click on that, and this POP3 settings is going to pop up. Now you can add a dozen emails in here if you want. So if you have 3 or 4 different email addresses that you're using, you have a company email, you have a Gmail, you're also going to have a Zoho email now. You can set up all these emails within this account right here. So all you do is you go Add POP3 Account right here, and when you click on that, the box is going to pop up, and it looks just like you're setting up an email in any other program. You put your display name in. This is what you want people to see when you email them. The email address that you want to associate with the account. You want which email address you want to send your mail through, and you can, if whatever account you want to set up, you're going to start by using either the account you're setting up or your Zoho.com email. Your server, and if it's Gmail, your incoming server is pop.gmail.com, and it's 995 for SSL. So there's the settings for Gmail right there. Then you put in your Gmail email address and your password for Gmail. Now I leave the messages on the server in Gmail so I can still check them in Gmail.
Yeah,
you can delete messages when you receive them here if you want. So once you receive them here, they'll delete them in Gmail for you. You can delete the messages from the server every 20 days or whatever you want, or you can delete the message whenever you delete them here. So if you read an email here and delete it, it will then delete it from your Gmail account. Now down here, it says set reply to for this account. So this may be an AOL email address that you're setting up right here that you're going to check email from, but you don't want your email to come back to AOL. You want it to come to your main email address. So you can put your main email address here, and even when you send mail using your AOL, when people reply to it, it's always going to come back to this address. So you can set the reply for the account right here. So I set my reply to Denny at Denny A for everyone. So every time I send email, no matter what account it is, the email is always coming back to this address. So then when you click, you're going to click Save. And if you've done everything right, if this is all set up correctly, then it's going to bring you to this. And you've got your send mail using set reply. And this is important. You set reply right here. And then this is for my Zoho here. I've got denny.andrews@zoho.com. So that's the email address I'm using here. But I'm still using my denny@denny.a to send the email. And I'm still having everyone reply to denny@denny.a. Now, when you come back over here, and this is really important. This took me, gosh, it took me a week to figure this out. When you send templates, and I'm going to show you how to create these templates and send them. When you send these templates, they're going to come from a from email, right? So it's going to say from, and it's going to be one of your email accounts. And the default is denny.andrews@zoho.com. The default's going to be your username at zoho.com. Well, I couldn't figure out how to get it to be denny@denny.a. It took me forever to figure out how to get it off of the Denny Andrews at Zoho. What you need to do is you need to come to the Zoho apps, go to the Zoho mail add-on, and then right here, when you click in this box where it says choose mailbox, you can click and you can choose any of the mails in here. So you have to choose the email address that you want all your email to show it's coming from, which is this. I picked denny@denny.a. Then click Save. When you do that, this becomes your primary mailbox in Zoho, and this is what shows up on the templates when you email your templates from Zoho. Okay, so that's a huge tip right there. It took me forever to figure that out. I couldn't find it.
So that's choosing your default email address is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's choosing the email address that's going to show on your templates when you email them.
Okay, got it.
And it took forever to figure that out because I couldn't find anywhere in any of the training materials that it tells you this simple thing. You have to go here and choose the mailbox, which it says, but choose your mailbox that you want to be your main mailbox that all these templates here are going to come from. Otherwise, they're going to come from denny.andrews@zoho.com. Now, I have it set up that even with that address, when someone replies, the email comes back to denny@denny.a. So they're still going to reply and come from the same email, come back to my main email address. But I wanted it to show it was from denny@denny.a too. I didn't want it to show denny.andrews@zoho.com.
Oh, yeah, correct.
Okay. So now we're going to set up a template. When you go to the email template box that I showed you, and it says email templates, you go here, you just click new email template, and I'm going to do this one from scratch and show you. Record type. The default is leads. If you leave it in leads here, this would be really frustrating for you. If you leave it in leads, when you go to your contacts and look for the template, it won't be there because it's only going to be with your leads. So it's really important to go here to record type, click the drop down and go to contacts and make that contacts. So then this email template will show up where all your contacts are. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, man. Yep.
Okay.
So if you put for leads, it's only going to bring up the people that are in your leads. If you put contacts, it's going to put everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be
all
your contacts are going to. It's going to show up for all your contacts.
Yeah.
If it's build one in leads, it's only going to show up under your leads. And actually, the way we've set this up, we're not really even using leads. Everybody goes in as a contact.
Correct. Okay.
Okay, so you've changed this to contacts. Then you need to name the template. I just named this one training. Store under public email templates. Now this is if you have 5 people using this Zoho account, so there's you, your receptionist, your assistant, whoever, you can put this under public email templates and then everybody will be able to use the template that you create. If you want, you can do the drop down here and you can set it so put it under personal templates and then only you'll see the templates and no one else was. So then when it says from, you can do a default from current user's email, or you can do the drop down here and put your actual email address in there if you want to. Then you put your subject in. So I put in how is the training, reply to, as always, denny@denny.a, add my signature, and then you scroll down and you go right here and you type the word dear, and then your merge fields, you're going to go your drop down and do contacts because you want to use contact merge fields. Select the field. Okay, first name. So I want the contact's first name to be here. It's going to give you the merge field right here. All you do is copy it and paste it right into this. So from now on, this email is going to say Dear, and whatever their first name is always going to pop up in this template whenever I send an email.
So when you're setting this up, just to, can you go back one there, Denny?
Yeah.
Go back. So just so everybody knows, like where he put in, see where it says contact first name, and then it says contact first name, you know, with a $sign and stuff like that. All you do is copy and put that there, correct?
Correct. You just copy this.
Copy that and put it there. So as you build your template, you like choose drop down and it says first name. You choose drop down, it says last name. Choose drop down, it says, I mean, all kinds of different choices, correct?
Right, and this is why it's so crucial to have all your fields already done,
right.
Because the only fields that show up in here are the ones that you created and the ones that are already there.
Got it.
So if you want to have a field, let's say you want to say, Dear first name, I'm so happy we were able to arrive at the purchase price of purchase price and have it come in right from Zoho.
I got it.
You need to have purchase price as a field in here so it shows up in this drop down so you can add it to your template.
Got it.
If you don't have purchase price, you won't be able to use it in your templates. So that's why it's important to get all your fields done. And if you haven't seen the training we did where we show you how to set up fields, go back and watch that one, because you need to get all the fields set up so that you can, the more fields you add, you can add 130 custom fields, the more personal you're going to be able to make these emails.
Right. You might as well do it.
Yeah, you might as well. I mean, if you're, if this is a business that you're going to be in for a long time, the more information that you can store about your customers, the better. And the more information you store, the more you can use in building these templates.
Yep.
So here I've got Dear Contact's first name. How did you like the training? First name, again. And you don't actually have to go up here if you don't want to. Once you have their first name here, you can just copy it from here and paste it if you want. I hope it helps you at your company. Contacts companies. Then it puts their company name in. Let me know if you have any questions. First name, and I kind of overdid this as an example. Thanks for joining me. I'll keep you posted of upcoming trainings at your email address, and then it puts their contact's email in here. Talk soon, Denny. Okay? Then you save this, and this is now a template. And it's automatically, for any contact that you send this to, it's automatically going to fill all this stuff in for you. So when you go when you go here, so let's say first you're going to go back up to your box here, and let's say I put Scotty in here, right? So I search for Scott's contact record. I put Scott in, Scott Hudspeth. This contact pops up. So here's his record, and I just put in for the company Real Estate Mastermind. So I go over here and I click Send Mail. Okay, now I'm back in Zoho. I've got my contact up. I just use this search bar. Click Send Mail, and this pops up. And it's just automatically puts his email address in, and that's it. Then I click the drop down right here, and I click on Training, which is the template that I just made. So now it automatically puts this training in. To Scott, reply to Denny, from Denny at Denny A. How was the training? Dear Scott, and it's all automated, and it puts this in. So then when I click Send, and I actually sent this to myself instead of Scott so I could see it. When I click Send, it shows up from Denny Andrews, because that's what I set in the email settings. How was the training? And then, Dear Scott, how did you like the training, Scott? So when I open the email, this is what it looks like to him. Dear Scott, how did you like the training, Scott? I hope it helps you at your company, Real Estate Mastermind. Let me know if you have any questions, Scott. Thanks for joining me. I'll keep you posted of upcoming trainings at your email address, scott@us.com. Talk soon, Denny.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So now I can fire this off in less than 10 seconds. Any contact I'm looking at, I can think, oh yeah, I haven't talked to them in a while. Send mail, drop down, send. And this goes out to them fully customized. So
it's amazing. I mean, it truly is amazing, because you can I guess where we're going with this, and the reason we like this so much, and there's other things that'll allow you to do the same stuff, but I mean, it's with the mobile version, it's $18 a month. And once you get this stuff set up, and like we said, if you send more than one email that's like identical or close to the same, build the template, put in the names, and you're done. You don't have to think about it anymore. How many times have you sent an email? Go, God, I wish I could remember what I said in that email. And you have to go back and look for it, and you have to take a couple minutes to look for it, 10 minutes, whatever it is. Then you find it, and go, okay, here it is. And then you just feel like it's really good. Some days are better than others. start keeping track of those and build templates in those and set them up just for new buyers, new sellers, just touching base.
Well, and the other thing that's awesome is once you send an email like this through Zoho, it stores this email in the client's record.
Okay, right.
So
Okay.
So the next time I pull up Scott's record and I go down to sent emails right within Zoho, I'm not going to the email program. I'm just still in Scotty's record in Zoho, and I scroll down. It's going to show I sent this email to him and the date and time. So when you go back and you pull up a record, not only do you have all your phone calls, all your documents, your notes, it also shows you which emails have I sent him and when was the last time I sent one to him and what did it say.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So I mean, it stores all this stuff, and I mean, I've actually sat watching TV before with my iPad, logged into Zoho through the web browser on the iPad, and sat there and fired off templated emails to people just by pointing and clicking.
Amazing. Yeah.
Right from my iPad.
Yeah, and like when you come across something new, like something new that's going on in the marketplace, maybe a new foreclosure. I mean, you can automate all this stuff so it's personal instead of generic and templated. Like people are going, oh, this is the one they sent to everybody, and that's where you
also
lose
you can take it a step further, and let's say you've got 20 clients interested in foreclosures, but they just want an email when you find one. You can put under client rating, you could put foreclosure, and then click a button, and it pulls up every person that's interested in foreclosures. Click another button, and it fires all of them a personal email just like this.
Correct. With links, attachments, anything you want.
All that stuff. And then you can create as many templates as you want right here. And another really great tip from here is instead of clicking edit on this email, if you want, you can just click directly on this right here, like Been a While or Book Catch Up or whatever. Click right here, and when it opens, at the bottom there's a button that says clone. You can clone that email, then go in, change the template name, make changes to it, and save it, and you've got a brand new template name.
Okay, so you can freshen it up a little bit or change it up, or so you don't have to redo the whole thing.
Or make a whole new one.
Yeah, exactly.
Or let's say you've got a foreclosure email all done. It's perfect, and the only thing that needs to be changed is the link to the foreclosure. You can go in, clone the foreclosure email, change the link, save it, and fire it off to 20 people in less than a minute.
Wow, okay.
And then they're all getting a personalized email from you, and it's storing that email in all their records. So when you go back, you can see, oh yeah, I sent this email in regards to this foreclosure.
Very cool.
So this is another quick example. I'm going to race through this because I got one more thing I want to cover. Okay. This is just pull up a client, click send mail from right here. And this is where you do all your actions with your contacts, add him as a potential client, schedule an event, add a new phone call, a new task. This comes up again, and then you click the drop down, you pick your template, it pops up, same thing, we haven't talked in forever, just wanted to drop you an email and catch back up. Are you still a blank with blank? Are you still a title with company? And this was actually a template I did for all the people I pulled in from LinkedIn, and then just fire these off to people to reconnect. This is what it looks like when they get the email. And these are some custom fields that I built in Zoho for a mortgage company, loan program, current rate, desired rate, how much it would save them, how much it would save them per month and per year. And then we did a template that sends it out, contacts loan amount, contacts loan amount. Like I said, you could do this with purchase price, listed price, offer. You can have you can create 130 custom fields that you can then use in templates, and you can then sort by, and I mean, it's really, really powerful way to manage your information.
Testimonials, you get a testimonial in, so you get a testimonial in, you want to send to, to a bunch of your friends, family, whatever, and you want to say, hey, just, congratulations on so-and-so on their new home, boom. Like to send to your, to your database. I mean, people like to hear that stuff, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Group of people, so you could just change the template, change the name, clone it, and you're done. I mean, it's kind of like sharing it on Facebook, but also getting a personal message that makes them feel special.
Yeah, and you could also do a search where you pull up, let's say in Zoho you create a field for neighborhood, and you put the person's neighborhood in, and then every time you close a sale, you could do a scan in Zoho for neighborhoods, And if you have any other clients in that neighborhood, send out a, I just helped you get a new neighbor.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's unlimited what you can do. It's all about how much information you gather and how much you store in Zoho. Then you can sort by it and send information.
Correct.
Okay, so this is really a huge time saver right here too. And this is another one that took me forever. This is your Zoho mail, and you can, I changed the tabs, and we covered how to change these in the training last week, but you just go to set up tabs, and when you do, you can move these around. One of the tabs is email, so I put that right, my home page, and then email right after. So when you click on that, it brings up your Zoho email. Well, when you have your Zoho email up here, well, right here it says settings. It's not something you'd normally find, and it took me forever, but now you guys know where it is. So you set your email tab up, you go to Zoho Mail, and here's settings right here. When you click on settings, this is what your Zoho email looks like as it comes in, and you can archive it. It's a lot like Gmail. You can move it, you can set up folders. I mean, you can manage it just like you do in Gmail. When you click on
looks more like Outlook, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And when you click on settings, it's going to bring you here. Now this is where you can do your settings for Zoho Mail. You've got your appearance right here where you can go in, after login, only show my whole inbox or only show my unread messages. Show subject and summary or only subject. Put them in preferred order or alphabetical. You know, you can do your time format. How many messages per page do you want to see? When you open them, do you want to open a quick view? Do you want to open them in a new tab or in a new window? Do you want to read receipt? Ask me if I want to read receipt. Never or always. Do you want to load external images? Always, only when emails are from your contacts, or ask. Do you want desktop notifications? If you enable those, every time you get an email in Zoho, when Zoho is open in a browser, it will alert you on your desktop you have new email. So when you go to, then you go down, well here, enable. I set this to 200 so I can see 200 emails. Then when you go next to compose, it lets you know, do you want to, when you click compose, do you want a new tab or a new window? What kind, do you want to send emails immediately, or do you want to wait a minute so you have a chance to pull them back if you want? Do you want to automatically add recipients to your contact list? So anytime you send an email to someone, automatically turns them into a contact, kind of like it does in Gmail. So you can go in here, you can set your default font. So you can go in here and customize the email. You can set up your theme that you use here within Zoho. You can even set up keyboard shortcuts if you want to, where you hit whatever, you figure out what your hotkey is going to be, click and edit to customize the hotkey right here. So you can make the hotkey shift or control or whatever you want. So if you hit shift GI, it's instantly going to go to your inbox, and you can change this to whatever you want. So you can actually set up all your own hotkeys, select a message, deselect all messages, select all, read previous, read next. So hotkey N, and it's going to bring up your next message. So you can save yourself a lot of time by going in here and actually customizing your shortcuts to stuff that makes sense for you. Then as you continue to go down here, you can set up filters just like you would in Outlook or in Gmail. You can set up your archive options. Now here, you can go to send mail as. Now we set this up as we were setting up our email, where we set it all to from Denny at Denny A, so you can see that's here. If you didn't do that, you can go over here, click on the address, and you can see I've got a couple set up. I've got one Gmail, a second Gmail, Zoho, Denny at Denny A, another email, Denny at DACAZ. So I have a bunch of email addresses configured in here. You can add another from address if you want, so you can send from that address. And then over here, you can customize, click on the email, and go over here and click what ID, what email ID do you want to associate with that address. And I associate my main email with all of them. But you can do that under personalize and send mail as right here.
Got it. That's easy.
Then you've also got, you know, you can go in and set up all your signatures. You can set up add signature. You can have custom signatures. So depending on which email ID you're using, it's going to send out a different signature. And then you can set up your vacation reply right here. Now down here, this is where we actually access this through the Zoho apps and the email setup for POP access. excuse me, but you can set it up here too, email forwarding and pop. If you want, you can forward incoming messages to another email account. You can set up pop access, which you're going to want to do. It comes already set up, so as you set up your pop accounts, it'll work, but you can go in here and disable it if you want. Or let's say you have an account, like a Gmail account with 10,000 messages in it, and you don't want all those pulled into Zoho. You can go in here and click Enable for messages that arrive from now on. So now it's only going to sync up your email with Gmail for messages from today forward, not all your past emails. Then you can include spam, yes or no. And then you can set up IMAP. IMAP is kind of like it's like POP but advanced, because IMAP actually enables all the groups and everything else too. So you can actually go a step further and set up IMAP if you want to. So then you come right back here. When you go to mail accounts, you can see this is the same screen that we saw before when we set up our POP3 account. And once again, real quick, you just click, you put in your display name, your email ID, your incoming server, and for Gmail, it's pop.gmail.com. The port is 995, and then you check this box. Your Gmail address or your username and your password, you can make it your default account, and then you're going to test it to make sure you got it set up right. When it is, it's going to bring you over here. Now, you can set up a custom SMTP, and this is what you're sending your email through. If you want to do this, you need to get the SMTP server of your company or of Gmail or of AOL or whoever you're using and put this in here and the port, and then whether you're using SSL or TLS, and the email company site will give you all this info. Or if you want to make it really easy on yourself, just click Zoho SMTP and you can send all the email through Zoho. And this is already pre-set up. You don't need to know any of this stuff. You just click Zoho SMTP. It'll get set up. Then you can click whether you want authentication if you're using this SMTP server, and then you click Create Account. It's going to tell you, it's going to ask you to set your reply, which I always set Denny at Denny A, and Create Account, and then you're good to go. Then it says for the effect, the changes made in settings, a page load is recommended. Continue, OK, and then it's going to do a page load, and it's going to set up your email.
So we covered this. That's mainly for a business account type thing, if you want to go take it that far. If you got a bunch of people that want to be part of it.
Yeah, if you want to set it up so the email comes through your company server.
Okay, company server. So because a lot of people have company servers where they have their own email addresses. So what he just covered was if you have a company where you currently use an Outlook and you want to use, Zoho for a CRM, they can give you. It's real easy. Just get with your tech guy, and he'll be able to give you, or he'll probably be able to set it up for you.
Absolutely, or he'll just be able to either set it up or give you the, all the information that you need there. It's only like
Correct.
4 or 5 pieces of info to set it up.
Correct.
And then if you upgrade to the Pro version, which, at this point you've only paid the $5 a month, you can go back and you can upgrade to the Pro version, which is $12 a month. And if you do that, it actually drops the email add-on from $5 a month to $3 a month. Yeah. So the total ends up being $15 a month for the Pro version and email. If you do that, then you're able to create macros. And a macro, basically what that does is it takes 5 or 6 point and clicks that you would need to do, and it does them all at once for you and lets you know that that was done. So you just go here from any contact, you go to the run macro. You can run the macro or you can create one. And if you click create macro, or actually what I did here was I clicked send contacts, send book offers. So I clicked the send book offer macro. So it's going to send an email using the book here you go email template. Okay, so so I created the fields I wanted for that, created the template, and now I'm creating a macro because I'm so lazy I don't even want to click the drop-down list from the email.
All right.
So I click an email using the template, book here you go. Then I create a task to remind me, call on ebook. And I create that for 3 days from now. And then the last action field will be updated, and the last action is a custom field I created in Zoho that tells me what's the last thing I did for this contact. The last action field gets updated with text that says sent ebook. So I click run, and in like 2 seconds, the email sent to the contact, all customized to them. A task is created, call on ebook within Zoho, and it will remind me in 3 days to call them. And the last action field in the client's record is updated, and it says sent ebook. So all that's done in 2 seconds, right from the macro thing. So I could go and do all this myself in Zoho. It'd take me a couple of minutes, but if it's something I know I'm going to do more than once, why not set up a macro to do it? And now I can do this with any contact, anytime, just by clicking a button.
Yeah, that's huge. So, so are you good for some questions, man?
Yeah. It's
awesome.
This is what the email looks like that went out. Hi, first name. Here's a link to the ebook I told you about. Let's catch up soon, and it's got my everything in there. So just when you want to create one, I'm just going to show you 1 minute. It's really quick. You go to run macro. Instead of running these, this isn't going to have anything in it yet. It's just going to show these two. Click create macro, name it, put in what it does, because eventually you're going to have a lot of these, and it's nice to have a description. Then you choose your email template. You click that. It's going to bring up all your email templates, and you click one.
Okay.
Then you go to configure update field, and you're going to be able to pick from all the fields you've created and then what you want put in that field. Then you can create a task. What's the subject? When's the due date? What do you want the status to be? And if you have more than one person using Zoho, who's the task assigned to? And then you click configure and then create, and you've got your macro set up.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. So I think you lost a lot of people, but there's just so I guess the bottom line is however far you want to take this from just using it as a CRM to keep track of your contacts, be able to send to your contacts and track the emails going to your contacts, be able to track the phone calls coming and going from your contacts because it'll do that for you if you make them from Zoho. And the big thing is having these templates set up. I think that's my biggest aha moment is having these templates to where you can set them up as you go along. Whether you send one email or send 10 emails or they all look the same, it's a great way to personalize the emails when they go out. So it's not just hey, you don't know who it is and it's hard. You got to go back and see, okay, who am I going to send this to? It does it automatically once you have the template set up and want to set up. One of the questions was, and the answer to it is, the question was, can you send like to 20 different people in one group? And that is yes. The answer is yes. So you would attach them to a specific group, correct?
Yeah, you can, but you can only do that through the Pro version.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Most of the questions are coming in through the Pro version.
Okay, yeah, and the other thing too that's huge about this is, when you have clients, you can upload PDFs, Word docs, Excel spreadsheets. I mean, any document that you have, you can upload to the client record.
Okay.
So you have a client, you upload their purchase and sale agreement, you upload their pest inspection. I mean, whether you're at home or you're at a Starbucks or wherever you are,
yeah.
you can pull that purchase and sale agreement up right on your iPhone or your laptop, no matter where you are. So there's never, oh man, I got to go back to the office and grab that document.
Correct, and that's in the Pro version.
Virtually have your office with you wherever you go.
Yes. And then James is asking, can you send an email like an announcement to multiple contacts? You can send to, 200 a day, 250 a day, or is it 250 an hour?
You can send a mass email up to 200 people a day.
200 people a day, okay.
But if you send, when you send individually, like we showed you, which actually takes about 15 seconds per person,
right? You
can send unlimited.
Unlimited if you're going one for one, and then it's 200 per day if you're sending as a group.
Right,
because they don't see it as individually, though, correct? They don't see it as coming in as a group email. No,
they see it individually, like it's customized just to them.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So that was answered. This is great, but too much to absorb, of course. Yeah, there's the recording will be available. The template will be available. I guess where I would start with this is, one, get set up. Try the free version. If you like it, you want to incorporate the email into it, it's $5. If you want the Pro version, now what does the Pro version actually do? It allows you to do mass emails, correct?
Yeah, the Pro version allows you to do mass emails. It allows you. It gives you the macros.
Okay. And the macros allow you to set up like 2 or 3 things being done at the same time with sending an email.
Right, exactly. And then it also gives you, like, you can add links to your client records. I mean, there's a lot of, it's worth $12 a month, without a doubt.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. And even, I have the mobile version, and I tell you, man, it's really quick. And every time the phone rings, if somebody calls me, it shows who called, and then it shows, do you want to record that call, or do you want to incorporate that call into Zoho, so it shows that they called, and it shows how many times they called. You know, I mean, it's just nice to track that stuff, to see if they're interested, if they're not interested, what they're calling about, how long you talk to them. It's just nice, especially if your assistant's helping you with some stuff. That makes it really nice. Who they talk to during the day, it's logged, how long they spend on the phone with them.
Oh yeah, you'd never again have to ask your assistant, did you get a hold of this person? All you got to do is look in Zoho, and it'll be right there.
Yeah.
Here's Mike Luby. Just he said we do have 3 options for additional 500 emails per day. It's $25 a month. For additional 1,000 emails, it's $50 a month, and for additional 2,000 emails, it's $75 a month.
Oh, okay.
So thanks, Mike. Appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have analytics? Yeah. Does it show opens in there? Does it show that somebody opened the email if you send them? Probably doesn't have tracking.
I haven't seen tracking, but one of the things that it does do, if you're doing a big email like that, you can MailChimp, which is free for up to 2,000 records.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
MailChimp will sync up with Zoho.
Okay.
So you can export all your records. You can go to MailChimp, set up a free account. If you have less than 2,000 records, it won't cost you a cent. And then you can do an import from MailChimp. It's got an import right from Zoho, and it'll pull all your Zoho contacts.
And you can send 2,000 a day from MailChimp?
Yeah, you can send up to 2,000. You can send to 2,000 people for free. Once your email list goes above 2,000, they charge you like $10 a month or something.
Okay. The cost of Zoho, just if you're interested in the Pro version, is it's $12, $3 for the email if you buy the Pro, and then I guess I only pay $18, so it's got to be only $3 for the mobile version, so $18 total.
Yeah, with the mobile, the email, and the Pro version, and the $18 a month is, I mean, that's. You have everything that you'll need.
Yeah. It doesn't show opens or click-throughs. How much is the mobile? We did that. How much is the Pro? We did that. If I have an assistant, would you need the enterprise version? That is not needed, correct? You don't need the enterprise version for an assistant. You could do the free version. You can have up to 3 people. 3 people, correct.
Connected as part of the free version, and then if you want to step it up, then if you want your assistant to send emails for you, you'd need to upgrade them. But you could be the only one with email, and your assistant could just do inputting.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, we have no affiliation whatsoever. Good point, George. We have no affiliation. Nobody on this call has no affiliation that I know of personally with Zoho.
No, I don't
have any. To go there because we're going to make a dime off it. That has nothing to do with it.
We're not going to make a cent off somebody signing up with Zoho. It's just I've looked at all the other CRMs, and Zoho's, first of all, it's free to try out. It's month to month. If you use it, you don't like it, you quit. Your total investment was what, $18?
Right.
Also, you can export all your data out of Zoho. So if you use it for 3 or 4 months and you're like, this really isn't working for me, you can export all your data, import it into a different CRM. I mean, once you use it for a month or 2, you won't not have a CRM again. You'll be using a CRM no matter what you're doing. It's just a matter of whether it'll be Zoho or something else.
Correct. Okay, brother man, I'm going to finish it up. The emails, just somebody says, are those emails HTML? I don't believe they are, correct? They're not HTML emails.
Yeah, well, I send links in them, and the links show up.
Okay, links, okay. All right. Okay, I think that's it. So, hey, just a real quick reminder, Denny, I appreciate your time, man. This is it's an incredible program. Some time with it. I think we have 3 or 4 recordings on Zoho now, or we will have after this one's up. We'll have it up tomorrow along with the PowerPoint, so you can follow step by step. If you have questions or you want help, Zoho has been great if you have them. I heard their customer support is great. They get back with you. They answer your questions. So try that. Go to our Facebook page. I have right here on the screen. It's facebook.com/groups/Agent Mastermind. Feel free to ask questions in there. There's almost 500 people in there now. So a lot of people doing the same things, interacting, engagement. A lot of people are doing this stuff inside their business, so they might have an answer for you. They might have a different way of explaining it that may make sense to you better than what we are doing it. So Great place to hang out and learn. Don't be shy. If you got a question, just feel free to ask it, and then only the people in the group will see it. If you did not get the recording from last week, make sure to get with your loan officers. It was on Ross here. It was just an amazing class. How to get 3 deals right now from Facebook. And then just so you know, coming up, FSBO marketing strategy, expired listing strategy. This is just, we're going to have some real fun with this stuff. Then we're going to get into blogging and actually tie in the FSBO and the expireds. Where advanced blogging, all this stuff kind of goes together. For these first 4 here, we're going to show you some things you've probably never seen or thought of before in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So I hope to see you back with us. Denny, appreciate your mother, and Paul, man, thanks so much for answering all the questions. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, that's what I'm here for, my friend.
All right, guys, and we'll see you right here next week with Agent Mastermind. Denny, any final words, man?
No, just that, you know, if this is just way over your head, I mean, if you're having trouble actually sending email right now, just watch the videos and just make notes. At least now you know what a CRM can do.
Correct.
You know, it's only $18 a month, which frees up maybe a couple of $100 to hire a programmer or somebody to do this for you.
Correct.
Just make a list of everything that you want done. And the other thing I would do is go back through your sent emails, because you're going to have 1,000 sent emails, and you'll be able to find the ones that you're sending over and over and over again.
Great point.
And take those emails that you've sent, more than twice, and turn them into templates, and you're going to save yourself a lot of time right there.
Great point, man. Great point.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Appreciate you joining us. Appreciate you hanging with us for an hour. I know you could be anywhere, and you chose to hang it with us. Again, go to facebook.com/groups/Agent Mastermind, and we will see you right here next week on Agent Mastermind. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.